Have Spitfire audio damage their credibility? Stay tuned to find out.
We'll talk about
It's quite poor. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ian. We are a music and arts channel that covers anything to do with music and the arts. And this is a video about the controversy surrounding the winner of the latest Spitfire audio competition. If you don't know who Spitfire Audio are, they were started by composers Paul Thompson and Christian Henson in 2007, and they are a British music technology company who produce sample-based musical virtual instruments and have a superb reputation with the music industry. Their main business is with media composers. So what about this competition? Well, the competition, which was in collaboration with HBO, was launched in May 2020. And the brief was to score a scene from WestWorld Series 3. The entries were going to be judged by a panel comprising of the show's composer, Brami Dawadi, as well as Jonathan Noland, who is the co-creator of WestWorld, Lisa Joy, who is also a co-creator, as well as a writer, director and executive producer, JJ Abrahams, who was also an executive producer on the show, and the Spitfire team. Now, I thought that the Spitfire team was going to be Paul Thompson and Christian Henson, but I'm actually not sure about that. I thought they were going to be the judges, but more about them in a minute. The prizes were 5 runners-up prizes of a Spitfire sample pack, and the winner was to receive a Spitfire Audio Everything drive consisting of 70 products worth in excess of $20,000 when bought separately. The person was also going to get a prop from the set from WestWorld and a signed WestWorld vinyl. HBO were also making a donation on behalf of the winner to help fight the spread of COVID-19. So happy days so far. I was one of the entrances with this competition. I entered the competition at the end of May. And although I'm not a media composer, I have scored short stories and films, and I spent a couple of days putting my submission together. The deadline for submission was the 3rd of June, and then the judging got underway straight after that, with the winner being announced yesterday, which was Saturday the 27th of June at 6 p.m. British Standard Time. Now, there were 11,000 entries to this competition, so it's a massive task to choose the winner. And that is where the problem starts. And before we get on to the issue, I must say that I'm a huge fan of Spitfire Audio. I subscribe to Paul, Christian and the main Spitfire YouTube channels. I also follow them on Twitter. And as the company, they're brilliant because they offer a lot of support to music and media composers. They have a fantastic set of free plugins which you can download from their Spitfire Labs website. And I've used the Spitfire Labs sample packs all over my latest album. So my feeling about Spitfire Audio as a company is they are one of the best British companies on the planet. Now here is where the problems start. The winner's score is by a chap called David Kudell. And it's a sort of 8-bit Mario Kart type affair. And to me, it didn't seem really to fit the brief. And that has caused a media storm, which has culminated in Christian Henson having a rant on YouTube at 4:30 a.m. this morning, having been up all night. And I have to say that his video that he put was a little bit incoherent, and it did sort of come across as a little bit arrogant, where basically he said, well, welcome to the world of media composing. You can see his diatribe because I've put the link down below in the description. There are a couple of comments on Christian's YouTube video that I think cover most of the salient points, and we're going to have a look at those comments now. So Paul R said, I didn't enter. I take your point here, but reserve the right to be thoroughly underwhelmed by the winner. Also, there were several people saying that it mangled the original audio, which was against the rules. There was loads of people who did not enter and disagreed with the judges. Their idea of it, which may have been adventurous, but also authentic, which in my view, the winning entry wasn't. It differed wildly from that of the judges, who's right. do we really know? And this was directed at Christian. Can you take a breath, or better, a night's sleep, and consider the possibility that some of the negative reaction may have been justified? Tim Shoebridge also commented quite significantly on Christian's video, and he said, so why are people so angry? I read every single comment on the winner's announcement video up until 11:30 last night, which would have been 11:30 on Saturday evening, when the likes stroke dislikes were turned off. That's well over 2,200 comments at that time. Of all of those, I got the impression that approximately 7 people expressed genuine positivity for the winning entry. As much as I admire you on a professional level and as an individual, and of course he's talking to Christian here, who has always passionately articulated his views, I don't think your comments in this video actually get to the bottom of why so many people were so maddened by the competition results. Yes, life is not fair. Yes, be different to stand out. Hollywood is Hollywood. It's a battleground out there. Yes, we get all that. But would any director in their right mind have used the winning entry for the real WestWorld episode? I do not believe that any of those expressing their disbelief and dismay last night think they would. I get the impression that the huge majority of people that entered this competition attempted to write music worthy of being used in a real world WestWorld episode. And I certainly, that was my intent. Not writing music purely to get themselves noticed. I know that's what I did, so clearly Tim had entered. And then of course there's the elephant in the room of the winner's long association with Hollywood and his personal work with J.J. Abrams himself, which is an unfortunate coincidence and one that will fan the flames of conspiracy theories for a long time to come. I'm going to cover that in a little while. Should someone have worked with J.J. Abrams be allowed to enter the competition, let alone win it? And then there's the people that noticed that the winner manipulated the original sound effects and dialogue audio, and that others who recognised the tune from certain games console theme tune. I must say I didn't pick up on that. And finally, there are many contestants who honestly claim that their entry videos were never watched once. I'm going to cover this again, or otherwise noticed by anyone in the UK. Now obviously YouTube analytics could be to blame here, but I think the actual answer lies in the fact that you need to watch a certain number of seconds of a video for it to be recorded as a view. I believe it's 30 seconds, so you need to watch 30 seconds of a video for it to register. And so that in reality, the viewing of a lot of the entries was simply cut very short. So maybe yes, we can easily sum up all of these issues and concerns under the umbrella of life is not fair and welcome to media composition. However, this was a very high profile competition, and there was a naive assumption by so many that such a composition would be judged in a way that showed that life can be fair. I think people want to see some fairness for a change right now. I think they want this given the terrible world circumstances we are all living in day by day this year. But as it turns out, this was just another life lesson. Now my feelings are, I think Tim covered most of it, but there are a few things to unpick here. One is that some people think their entries weren't looked at. So I hadn't thought about this, but so I had a look at my own YouTube analytics, and I had quite a few looks on the first couple of days that I uploaded it, roughly about 70, and then pretty much views fell off a cliff, and there wasn't any views until the 5th of June I had 2 views, 6th of June I had another 1 view, and then there were another 2 views on the 17th of June, so 5 in total. I mean, I have to say, I'm not sure, but I would have expected maybe more views from a judging panel of 5+ people. But anyway, so it's unconclusive really. There was another couple of points. One was that David, the winner, runs a successful media company, and he worked as a sound editor for over 25 feature films, including Black Hawk Down, Matrix Reloaded, Mission Impossible 3. And this was from 2007 to 2015. I have to say, I don't think that's got any relevance to this. David wrote an interesting piece that obviously took quite a lot of time to prepare, but I, along with others, didn't really feel that it fitted the WestWorld scene. That's just personal opinion. That's not David's fault. He wrote what he thought was right, and you can't blame him for winning. So those people who said that David's piece, and those people are out there, they said that David's piece was rubbish and shit, they really do need to wind their necks in, because that's not fair. That's just bullying. And there is the other point that David has worked on Mission Impossible 3 with J.J. Abrams. David has addressed this in a tweet that he sent out this morning, and here is David's tweet in response. Hello all, thanks for all the feedback, and just to be clear, J.J. Abrams has no idea who I am. I worked as an assistant sound editor 15 years ago, just one of hundreds of crew members behind the scenes. Assistant editors don't work with directors. Well, for me, that says it all, and it's really, the case is closed. So that, you know, the conspiracy theories that he had a telephone line direct to J.J. Abrams just doesn't work for me. My biggest worry about all of this is the damage that this could be doing to the Spitfire audio brand. I love what the company do, but it does feel a little tarnished today. So tell me what you think in the comments down below. I've put a link to Christian's video, to David's video, and my own effort in the description down below, so you can have a look at those if you wish. So, but yes, tell me what you think. So thanks so much for watching, and if you like what I do, please consider subscribing or buy me a coffee by joining our Patreon family. The Patreon starts at £1 a month. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Cheers now, bye bye.